Hello, my friends all around the world. It's Jay Boone down here at Emerald City Guitars in Seattle for a pick of the day. So we got this in a few weeks ago, and I'm sure it was on our Instagram page, but we haven't done a video on this guy yet. So this is an original 1958 Gibson Les Paul Gold Top. Of course, in this era, they have gone to the PAF humbucker pickups. And this is just an extraordinary guitar. This one has some great history with us. This was a guitar that I bought about 5 years ago from Paul Reed Smith. Paul's a great guy, builds great guitars. And I was thrilled when he called me up and said he was actually parting with this guitar, and I ended up buying it from him. I sold it to a collector out in Kansas who hung on to it for some years, and then recently asked me if I wanted to bring it back into the shop to sell it for him. So that's what's going on with this baby. At the time I sold it, Paul had written up a little short letter on his letterhead here and signed it for my customer at the time. And basically it says, "You're in possession of a 1958 Gold Top Les Paul serial number 8-3309, which PRS owned. It was purchased as a sound sample to continue to explain to us the best attributes of 50s Les Pauls and Gibson's guitar making work at that time. I purchased it in Japan from my friend Nobu. It had previously been owned by the best slide player in Japan. When I bought it, I believed it to be the best Les Paul I had ever played. At one point, while we owned it, Eric Johnson borrowed it to tour with and didn't want to give it back." So that was his little spin on this guitar, calling it the best Les Paul he'd ever played. And it is truly one of the best Les Pauls that have come through our shop in all the years I've been down here. And we get them all. We get bursts, we get amazing gold tops. And you guys know our history. We specialize in really fine instruments. This one is no exception. This is a very special guitar indeed. So this one weighs in at 8 pounds, 10 ounces. So, just that weight we love. The guitar has maintained its originality over the years with the exception of a few things. One of the pots was changed out. It has a 73 pot in it. And the saddles on the bridge have been changed out. Original bridge, but saddles only. And then the jack plate, there's a new one on here. However, the original one is in that original case in a plastic bag. The only other thing to note on this guitar is it has the original tuners on it, but at one point those had been removed and different tuners had been put on. But since then, the originals are back in there, and this guitar stays in tune and plays absolutely amazing. Just a fantastic vintage gold top. So thanks, Paul. Beautiful guitar. Glad to have it back in the shop. Excited to find a new buyer for it. So today I'm going to jam on this guitar a little bit and play a few licks on this guy through this modern Matchless C-30 head and matching 212 cab. This is the non-reverb head, 4 EL84s, a powerhouse of an amp. Tops out at 30 watts. You've got the half power switch on the back so you can go down to 15. It has the push-pull feature on there so you can engage the master volume on it and really get tons of cool gain with it. Effects loop, all set up, man. Really a pro amp. And we are a Matchless dealer. However, this one is slightly pre-owned and it's going to be a great deal for somebody. Just a fantastic amplifier. So I'll do my best just to kind of give you somewhat of an idea how this guitar sounds, although I'm not worthy. So without further delay, I'm going to plug in and play a little bit for you guys. So there you have it, folks. My pick of the day, a very, very special 1958 Gibson Les Paul gold top with PAFs, formerly owned by Paul Reed Smith himself, through a modern Matchless C-30 head and matching 212 cab. Thank you so much for tuning in. Can't wait to let you guys back in the shop, man, so you can come in and hang out with us. In the meantime, we're hunkered down here, shooting videos, trying to have as much fun as we can with the vintage guitars and amps in the shop. We'll see y'all next time.